this is Chef Mick from Tony's Markets. Today we're going to learn how to make the perfect roast turkey. We're going to start by brining. We're going to use a Tony's poultry brine. It's everything you need to brine turkeys, pork chops, chickens, whatever you like. Everything you need is in that package. Okay, we start with plenty of boiling water. We grab our turkey brine and we're going to sprinkle it in here, stir it up really well, bring it back to a boil for a couple of minutes to activate the spices, and then we're going to let this cool completely before we continue. Okay, so now we're going to add our cooled brine to the bucket, along with about 2 gallons of ice water. Okay, now we're ready for our turkey. We start with a natural turkey, we remove the innards, we remove the neck, we go ahead and drop it in the brine. A small turkey under 16 pounds needs to brine for 12 to 16 hours, and a larger bird up to 24 hours. Make sure it keeps refrigerated in the garage below 40 degrees or in your refrigerator. Okay, now we're going to prepare our roasting pan for our turkey. And we want to have lots of vegetables in that pan. With lots of vegetables down the bottom of that pan, it's going to protect the pan from burning, keep it nice and moist, and actually add a huge amount of flavor to our gravy. This is going to make a big difference. Okay, we've got our roasting pan ready to go. Nice heavy roasting pan with a nice rack. That's going to allow the air to circulate best. We've got plenty of vegetables in the pan. That's going to protect the pan from scorching and really enhance the flavor of the drippings to make great gravy. We're going to add the turkey. There's 2 ways to roast it. You could roast it breast side up. That will give you the most beautiful brown breast possible. I like to roast mine breast side down for the first 2/3 of the cooking time and then turn it back over for the last 1/3. During the last 1/3 of the time, the breast browns pretty nice. This way will give you the most evenly roasted turkey. Now, I do not recommend stuffing a turkey. It does not cook as evenly and it's not as safe to do it that way. However, if you want to stuff your turkey, that's okay. Just don't do it in advance. Don't do it the night before or even hours before. You want to stuff it immediately before you roast it. Use nice hot dressing. Put hot dressing in the bird. Don't pack it in there. Immediately before you put it in the oven and then roast. That will give you the best possible result for a stuffed turkey. Okay, now we're ready to season. You could just use salt and pepper and herbs if you like, but I recommend the Tony's roasted poultry rub. It's got everything you need in there for turkeys, chickens, anything that you're going to roast or grill. It's also great with pork. Sprinkle it over nice and evenly. Now if you brine the bird, you don't need a lot of seasoning, but a little bit is really nice. You want to get it on all sides nice and even, on the back, on the inside. Give it a nice even season. Just before roasting, I like to give it a nice mist of oil. This will help start it out browning nicely and also keep all your spices in place. The last thing we do before roasting is add stock. About 2 or 3 cups should do it. This is going to help keep the pan protected and starch your gravy off right. I really like to use the More Than Gourmet brand. That's the best. Okay, we've got the turkey in the pan. It's ready to roast. We've got vegetables in here. We've got some stock in the bottom of the pan. I've preheated the oven to 350 degrees, adjusted the oven rack so the turkey can fit in the middle of the oven. We're going to go ahead and roast it now. It's going to cook for about 15 minutes a pound at 350 degrees. Basting isn't really necessary, but if you wanted to, you could use a combination of butter and stock. That'd be really nice. Most importantly, make sure that the roasting pan doesn't cook dry. You want to keep some liquid in there so it doesn't scorch. And this is the base of your gravy. Now we need to monitor the temperatures towards the end of cooking time. I'm going to put this deep into the thigh. This is a quick read meat thermometer, and it gives a temperature very quickly. Don't roast these thermometers, just use them for testing temperatures. Now this one's at about 155 degrees, so it's going to need a little more time, and it's getting rather brown, so I'm going to go ahead and tent it with some aluminum foil. If you think your turkey's browning too fast, a little tent of foil will take care of it. Okay. Check this in about an hour. Okay, this bird is done. We roasted it to 185 degrees internal, taking several temperatures at several points around the thigh, the deepest part of the thigh. Now the minimum safe temperature is 165 degrees. As long as you cook it to 165, it'll be perfectly safe, though it will still be a little bit red by the joints and in the thigh. So we're going to let this rest. We're going to cover it with foil. We're going to let this rest for about 15 to 30 minutes. That's going to allow the juice to settle so that it'll stay more moist inside when you carve it. Now here's some tips to making a great turkey. Number one, start with a fresh, natural bird. Brine it yourself. Use a heavy roasting pan in a nice rack. Put vegetables in your pan and a little bit of stock. Roast your bird for 15 minutes a pound at 325 to 350 degrees. If you cook the bird stuffed, use hot stuffing immediately before you put it in the oven. If you cook your bird stuffed, add an hour to your roasting time. Pad your time a little bit because you need to let the turkey rest a little bit, and you don't want people waiting for the dinner. And then once the turkey's had a chance to rest, you've got time to make your gravy and get your stuffing served and get everything set. Hope you have a great holiday.